All praise is due to my Most High God, Master Kingdom of Black Supremacy. All praise is due to my Most High God, Master Kingdom of Black Supremacy. All praise is due to my Most High God, Master Kingdom of Black Supremacy. In this particular video, I would like to speak about the reprogramming of the divine, or the reprogramming of God. Through life, through situations, through trials, we're running on a program. And what I have been realizing is those programs are only in the realization through those trials and tribulations. You go through hard struggles and ups and downs just to have a realization and recognition of those programs. So God puts you through things and puts you through tests because you don't see the program. You don't see the program that you're actually in. And if you don't see the program that you are actually in, you won't allow God to reprogram you. So you have to have, the realization of the you now, and what you need to change and who you need to become. You can't tap into your divine self, your higher self, your unlimited, invincible self if you don't have a realization of the self now. And have a realization of what's stopping you or hinder you from becoming your higher self or being able to accept the reprogramming of God. We ask to be better, but better of what? We ask to be saved, but saved of what? Ask yourself that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know what you need to be saved from or healed from or reprogrammed from, what's the point of asking God for any help? What's the point of asking the ancestors or the divine for any help if you don't have the realization of wanting to really change or what you need to change from? Don't just go from a standpoint of, that person's asking for help or need to be healed and I need to be healed too. That's trendy. That's a trendy topic. Stop trending. Stop hopping on this bandwagon train and really dive in and sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and realize who you are. Find out who you are, who you want to be, what makes you happy. Stop looking and having a realization of someone else's happiness. You're running on, not only your own program, but you're running on other people's program as well. You know what I'm saying? You have so many programs running within you that you have to really sit down and have a realization. And, I actually had an epiphany of your focusedness. What you're giving your focusedness to, what you're giving your attention to, it programs you. So you have to be very wise and careful what has your focus. You know what I'm saying? You may not be even given it permission to program you. But in this aspect of life, it doesn't need your permission. It has your subconscious, and as long as it has your subconscious, you're going to get programmed. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize that, and then once you have, you didn't tap into the programs, you know what I'm saying? And you have a realization of that and you recognize that, hold on to that. Don't lose touch of your programs. Don't lose touch of that. Because once you lose touch of that, you get reprogrammed again. You fall right back into the loophole again. It's like the Matrix. You're back, re-entered into the Matrix. You got out and you got right back in. We speak about tapping into this divine order. I'm done tapping in and out. I don't want to tap in and out. I want to become that and stay that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use the word tap in anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have to tap in, you also get tapped out as well. I don't want to tap out. I don't want to tap out. I just want to stay tapped in. If you feel my deal, if you feel my raps, if you hear me, if you see me, I just want to become the program of God. I don't want to tap into the program of God, because that's what we're doing. That's what a lot of us is doing. We're tapping into it, you know what I'm saying, for the moment, for situations, for certain trials and tribulations you go to. And as soon as you get at a certain standpoint of you okay, now you're tapping back out. Now it's okay for you to tap back out and turn your back on God and go against God. That's stealing. Scratch a liar, find a thief. That's stealing. Okay? I'm not a thief. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize that that's stealing. You're stealing from God when you're tapping in and out. You know, when He gives you something, He gives you something. You have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's a good thing to work for it and earn it, because it's like when it's given, it's like, damn, I can't really give it back now. I can't really throw it away now because I didn't work for it and earned it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, stop tapping in and out. Stop stealing from God. Stop stealing from the divine. 1 minute you need His energy and the next minute you don't. Make up your mind. Because after a while, God makes up His mind. He stops letting you tap in and out. He stops letting you steal His energy. Once He has a realization, which He already did from the get-go, but He gives some people the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, maybe this person really needs help. No. They need help for that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're supposed to be living in the now, but you just want help for the now. You just want help for the now. You don't want to live in the now. You just want help in the now. You go back to the past, or you go into the future. You want to tap into the now. You don't want to become the now. You don't want to live in the now. You don't want to stay in the now. You know, when you need something, you tap in. As soon as you get what you got, you tap it back out. I don't understand that. You know, but I do understand it too. I do understand it too. Because you're running on a program. You need to realize that. You know what I'm saying? And I from my realization, people do have a recognition of their program. It's the fact that God's program ain't no sucker. God's program ain't for the weak. You know, this matrix, this mundane, this destructive, wicked nature of the program is easy. It's simple. It's a slap on the wrist. It's easy. It's easy to be evil. It's easy to be wicked. But it's hard to be good. It's hard to let go. It's hard to be humble. It's hard to be persistent. It's hard to be relentless. It's hard to be, you know, invincible. But it's only hard to be all those things if you've never been that. If you don't know what that is, it's hard. Because for some of us, it's very easy. We've been that way all our life. We didn't have a choice all our life. You know. So understand that. You know. Just dwell in there. You know. And I can understand if you have to tap in and tap out. But get to a certain standpoint to where you didn't have enough of tapping in and out. When are you going to have enough of tapping in and tapping out? When are you going to say, I need to become this, I need to stay this, this needs to be permanent for me? When do you say that? When do you have a realization of that? How much more do you need to go through? Or are you liking what you're going through? Are you liking the energy of the wicked? Are you that lost in the program of the programs? You know, that you can't see God's program. You can't see what God is trying to give you. You know, you can't see you can't see the mind of God. You know, in order to become the mind of God, you have to see the mind of God. You have to have a supreme understanding of the mind of God. You know, yes, you can tap into the mind of God. That's how you become to see the mind of God. You know what I'm saying? But don't just tap into it, His mind, when you want something. See it and become it. And become the vessel. Become the energy. Become the change in the world that you want to see in the world. Become the change that you want to see in the world. We talk about things changing, but you don't want to change yourself. We demand things from God. But how you demanding things from God or demanding his attention, but you don't want to demand the betterness of yourself? Demand yourself first. Demand yourself first. Stop demanding God anything. God owes you anything. He done enough. He is always doing enough, and he will continue to keep doing things. But in my thing, God has done enough. He has done enough for us to realize that we need to continue to do more for him. We need to serve and praise him. We need to worship him. We need to give him his reverence. In any midst of in any midst of reality, in any programs, pray and worship until you out of those programs. Tell yourself that you know nothing. You know nothing, because I know nothing. It don't matter how much knowledge I get. It don't matter how much reprogramming God gives to me. How much I didn't became his program. I didn't became the mind of God. I'm still in the midst of the nothingness. I'm still going to stay in the midst of the nothingness. That's still not going to change me to become the wickedness of the program and to flaunt God. God don't need you to flaunt anything that he's giving you. He just needs you to appreciate it and be grateful of it and be thankful of it. And help those who cannot help themselves. Be the example of great black greatness and black divinity and black supremacy to those who have not became that. To those who cannot tap into that. To those who are truly blind and cannot see that. You know, it's like, realize the programs that you're running on. Realize the program that you're running on. You know, because the only way you can actually change your program is the realization of the program that you are on right now. But the true question is, do you want to change that program? Do you really want to be better? Or do you just want something from God? What's in your heart, materials or divine true faith? Divine true focusedness. Divine true relentless. Divine true invisibility of the Most High God, Master King Noble Black Supremacy. What's in your heart? What do you truly want? People speak about, leaving away from materialistic ideas such as the cleanness of the world. Like taking baths, taking showers, and smelling good, and not being musty. But in all actualities, I'd rather have a musty smell than a musty, wicked energy. A lot of y'all smell good, but y'all got some musty ass energy, baby. I got some musty energy. And you can't change that with no washing. Wash your mind. Wash your soul. So God could come and reprogram you. And you can receive the reprogramming of God when he comes. Receive the programming of God when he comes. Study God's ways. Study his mind. So when he comes, you'll have a realization and a feeling and the energy of it, of his program. And you're not judging it. Oh, that's not God. How would you know God? You haven't studied him. You know nothing of God. You only know of this wicked world. You only know of this mundane reality. You have not studied God. You have not studied the movement of God. How could you judge something you know nothing of? Judge yourself. Judge your ego self. Judge your arrogance. Judge your low nature thinking self before you come for mine. Love thyself so you can love God. Because when you truly love yourself, you love the God that's within yourself. And you truly love the God outside of yourself. Stay focused. Stay humble. Stay persistent. Stay consistent. Stay on a path of God. Stay on a path of God. They say all roads lead to God. But I don't want to go in all those circles. I just want to stay on one road, one path to God. I don't want to go through all that turmoil to see God. I don't want to do that. If I could skip a couple paths and stuff and jump over some things that I done already been through, some roads I done already went down, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I don't think I want to play with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us want to go and test out all these other roads. I haven't tested out all of them, but I didn't test out a couple of them, a few of them, and I think I'm ready to just trust God and just, you know, leave all my doubts and worries and limitations at those roads where I was at and just walk in a blind state with God. And know that I know nothing and trust God, my Most High God, Master King Noble Black Supremacy. And know that everything's going to be okay and He's going to always have my back. And He will never let me fall. And He will never let you fall. Trust God. All praises due to my Most High God, Master King Noble Black Supremacy. All praises due to my Most High God, Master King Noble Black Supremacy. All praises due to my Most High God, Master King Noble Black Supremacy.
A lot of the time we don't know what our purpose is because the white man, the evil being, built a system that erased a lot of people's memories. Not only erased memories, it made people develop egos and identities and categories and titles. All them things do not exist. The only thing that exists is tell you that most of our homes is from outer space. This is outer space. This is our home. Most black beings. Black supremacy. Earth is our home. They lied to you and they said that most of us is from outer space and there's space and no, Earth is our home. See, they have to trick you so you don't really know what you're fighting for. You see this army fatigue? I suggest you get some. I should. And it's another. The purpose you have, once you complete that purpose, you go back to the source. I should. To the source. To what created me. And us. Like I said though, there is no me. There is no I. There's only source. There is no you. Romance in a relationship is an illusion. Those things are just distractions made up in the system, aka the matrix, to distract you from what your purpose is.